Will Playboi Carti actually drop his new album Narcissist this Monday? There is a lot of different questions around this mysterious album rollout. And listen, this started all the way back in August because on the 23rd, he posted pictures to his IG that started to hint at maybe a new rollout. So guys, in this video, we're going to take it to a different level now because we might actually be getting this album and it's really looking to shape up to be his fourth project at this point because he came off a whole lot of red. His fan base really fucked with it. It got mixed reception though, and now with all these Donda placements and the hype behind his name, it only seems fitting to drop an album, guys. So, do you think he's actually going to drop, Lou? What's the take, man?
It's going to be interesting to see, but guys, we're actually going to be doing a live stream this Sunday at around 9 or 10 p.m. Stay tuned for that. And of course, if this does come out, because you never know with Cardi, we will be doing an album review on the channel, so stay tuned for all of that. But to answer your question, I mean, it's hard to tell with Cardi because Whole Lotta Red was supposed to come out in 2019. At one point, I think he had said it'll be out in the next 60 days, and it never was. But we actually got it on Christmas, and it's cool that we're getting a new project because it feels like it wasn't too long ago that we got Whole Lotta Red. But going into this new project, it's very exciting. It's very cryptic, like a lot of Cardi's rollouts are. And like you said, it all started on August 23rd when he deleted and swiped out his Instagram page to put out a series of photos. And in the caption, he had Narcissist 09/13/2021, which is also his birthday. So maybe he's going to get festive and gift us with a project. We'll have to see. But the next big piece of news that came was actually that there will be a Narcissist tour on September 1st, 2021. And to me, the most interesting part about that was the fact that the tour only starts on October 14th. So what is that September 13th date in correlation to? And we'll be getting into how we actually have confirmation that this is an album, but that actually came on September 13th, right? So what we got is a bunch of fans who got emailed after purchasing their tour tickets saying that this tour announcement is ahead of his highly anticipated new album, Narcissist, which drops on September 13th. So were you surprised to see that this was kind of the way that he was announcing the project?
Well, this was fucking scary to me because I remember when we had done the video, I had asked the viewers, listen, if you guys have purchased these tickets, let me know. I want to know, did you guys actually get, that email from Ticketmaster saying, hey, Narcissist is going to be, so-and-so. So yes, and there was people in the comments saying, I got that email, and then we wanted to see it because you never know what Twitter does. They might fuck around, or some Reddit user might take it to Photoshop and end up, fucking around with some of the emails. But the thing is, this is actually shaping up to be true. Like, they actually warned fans that this will be an album. So now, I don't know. I didn't really buy into it at that point because we've seen before when official sources say, hey, listen, an album's coming out. It doesn't necessarily always happen. Like you had it with, let's say, Donda, where, Beats came out and said that it was coming out on the 23rd. And then the same thing happened with Def Jam. So it's like, who's really reliable at this point? But to progress further into this, we actually got updates from Digital Nas, and this is massive because, just understanding what a producer means to a project and how they've actually worked behind the scenes with these artists creating this body of work is massive to the rollout, because I feel as if with a lot of different rollouts now, it feels like the producers are starting the rollouts for the artists when they talk about it. So let's talk about that. How did you feel about it?
So what's really interesting is that Digital Nas actually posted onto his Instagram story a picture of Cardi in some kind of studio, and he wrote Narcissist incoming. So I mean, if that's not a hint and, him telling us that it's an album, I don't know what else could be. And apart from that, he actually went on Instagram Live and said that he's producing the whole album. So I don't know if that means that he's making every beat or that he's going to be actually executive producing the project, but nonetheless, it's super exciting because they have worked together in the past. Of course, Digital Nas was a big part of the whole Donda experience as he produced Junia, which featured Cardi, and also Remote Control. Apart from that, I mean, Digital Nas is known for his work with artists like Lil Yachty. And what's exciting too is that if you look right now at Art Dealer's Instagram, it's totally blank except for his bio where you see Narcissist written. And of course, Art Dealer is one of Cardi's closest collaborators. So at this point, everything is going to the direction that Narcissist is an album and that it is coming out on his birthday on the fucking 13th, man.
But let's talk about this listening party that's rumored. This is fucking interesting. So, you brought this to me, before we started this recording, and it was like, fuck, is he really going to be taking this Kanye West Donda route? Because it seems like if he does, then we could expect a lot of different artists to start getting into
new trend,
maybe a new trend in the industry where artists are like, oh, that's genius. Let me take that and let me see how it affects my album. So imagine that Cardi has this crazy listening party where he has all of his fans moshing to music that hasn't even dropped yet. Imagine the type of anticipation that could bring down. So did you hear any news on which city it'll be in, or like what the rumors are more or less?
Yes, it's actually going to be in Atlanta. So a lot of fans, the same fans that got emailed about Narcissist being an album ahead of the actual tour, these same fans apparently, there's a bunch of different fans coming out saying it. Who knows if it's 100% legit, but apparently they got emailed from Playboi Carti's team saying that there will be a Narcissist listening party in Atlanta on September 12th on the Sunday, so probably hours before the album comes out. And on the actual document, it says you have been invited, and here's your QR code for entry. So it's looking fucking real, and it's cool to see that Cardi is actually going to be making all of these fans come together to experience the music for the first time before the world gets to it. But I just love that Cardi is capitalizing at the right fucking time, man. Because if you think about how he's built this cult fan base and how much people loved Whole Lotta Red and that new experimental route that he took, and now that he has all this hype built up from his work with Kanye West, there's no better time for him to drop, especially considering that he made fans wait so long for Whole Lotta Red. Now he knows that he has all this attention on him, and it looks like we're fucking getting it, man.
Well, this is the thing, though, is like it gets dangerous. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm still a bit eerie about this whole rollout because Whole Lotta Red was supposed to be like 5 different albums at 5 different release dates, and like I'm saying that just as like a hyperbole, like like that's not the exact times, but you know what I'm trying to say, like it's kind of weird because like he hasn't been too vocal on his side about the promotion, but everything is leading up to this album. But I'm kind of thinking of a different scenario now. Imagine he really takes this to the whole Donda experience and makes you wait 5 fucking listening parties. What do? Let me ask you, like, what's your reaction to that? Imagine doing 5 different fucking like listening parties.
I don't think that he like has enough of a reach to actually captivate people for that long.
Playboi Carti has a massive fan base.
Yeah, but it's not a Kanye West kind of fan base.
No, I know, I get
but
you.
I think it would be cool, but like it's gonna get exhausting, bro. Like I do not want to sit through 3 listening parties of Narcissist, which I think will probably end up being an EP of probably like 8 to 10 songs. I don't think he's gonna go the Whole Lotta Red route where you have a full album of 24 songs.
So is that what you rather get though?
I would rather get a short project.
Okay,
yeah.
so do you feel as if at a certain point that Whole Lotta, well, we're gonna dive back into Whole Lotta Red actually. Save those slots because we're gonna be reviewing.
We'll do a revisit.
Yeah, we're gonna be revisiting albums as the industry continues to cool down and revisiting the year as a whole. But I like what you said about that. I do think that this is gonna be more of like an in the moment sort of vibe of like him putting out work that he's wanted to put out. I know the fans are hungry, and listen, he dropped in December, so it's almost a year now, so he has that legitimate response of coming back in the fourth quarter where, CLB and Donda cleared. There's a lot of hype and there's a lot of buzz around the industry. He could captivate that and he could come in and absolutely take over because there's also this other narrative with Cardi now. It's like, there's so many artists that are trying to bite his style and that are trying to bite his production.
It's fucked, bro.
It's really fucking crazy the way that Playboi Carti has influenced a lot of these trap artists. It's kind of like, if you're not doing Cardi's style now, are you really making trap music to the way it's supposed to be?
I know, and I feel like not everyone's necessarily biting it, but like even Baby Keem, for example, it was like 1 or 2 songs off the Melodic Blue where I kind of heard a similar kind of delivery and tone, and I'm like, wow, this kind of sounds like Cardi. Not only that, but of course, Coiler Ray has been influenced. Trippie Redd has taken influence.
Those are the artists I'm talking about. Remember going through Trip at Night and being like, fuck, this sounds like a Pierre Bourne beat and this sounds like a Playboi Carti flow. And like, we had to replay it because we're like, oh, okay, we see where this is going. And then you obviously get Coiler Ray, like, it's the exact same it's the exact same version of, let's say, what like Cardi does, just in a different sort of style and maybe aesthetic. So it's
they see how marketable it is, man. That sound,
Cardi's sound is so marketable.
Do you like the punk aesthetic of it? Like, is that something you enjoy?
I think I do.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I think it's fucking original, especially the album cover. The album cover was fire as fuck. Wasn't it inspired by like an old punk magazine from Los Angeles?
Yeah.
Like I don't
Slash magazine.
Slash magazine. Yeah, that was what. And you saw the way that he was able to recreate that. So listen, I'm all in. I'm going to be definitely very interested in this rollout if it does end up happening. But guys, nonetheless, thank you so much for watching this whole video. NFR is going to be keeping you updated with all of the hottest releases of the year. So that goes with the pre-content, the album reviews, everything. NFR has you covered. So please subscribe if you haven't. Smash the like button if you like this video. Thank you for watching, guys, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thank you for watching the video. It's always a pleasure doing content for you guys. Listen, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel because we're doing album reviews, and we actually have our series called Everything We Know, where we take you guys through the whole album rollout of the hottest releases of the year. Not only that, guys, but our Patreon plan is now live. You guys can access that in the bio. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.